So, Salwa, you are the executive producer at Voice of America. Clearly, you oversee TV stuff, radio, web, and all those kind of things in your service. Tell us a little bit about what are the three, on top of your head, the strength that you bring to the position you have right now.
Well, there's definitely more than three. I mean, in order to be a very effective manager, you need to have a lot of qualities. And, there's a difference between being a manager and being a leader. And the two, you have to combine qualities from the two to be able to lead a team or form a team from the ground up, for example, which was the case for me here when I started working at Voice of America. So I think the three qualities that I would mention is being able to federate people, being able to observe people, to recognize people's strengths and put them in the right places, and then being able to drive them, to be a drive, to be the glue, if you will, to put these people together, these pieces together towards the same goal. So I always keep that in mind when I manage people, is that you have to remind them, first of all, that we are all part of the same team. We're heading towards the same direction. So everybody needs to contribute in order to achieve that goal. And that's the role of the manager, is to, be the drive, be the driver, be the locomotive, if you will, of a train, and remind people that there is a chain, and everyone is in that chain matters. And if one part of that chain fails, it means everybody's work fails, and we're not going to get to that goal that we would like to achieve. So I would say being able to recognize that in people, being able to be the drive towards the same goal. I would also say, and it's particular for me, it's a kind of part of my personality. I'm a very competitive person, which means that I don't like to fail, which means I don't like the people I work with to fail. So I'm going to do everything in my power to achieve that, which means I am very careful about the steps that I take, whether it's related to managing the people, whether it's technical issues, whether it's the workflow, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm very meticulous in the way that I perform my work on a daily basis, but I also particular in the way that other people perform their work. So throughout the day, I look at what people are doing, how much time they spend doing that task, whether they reach that goal, how does the product look. So all the process, I'm very hands-on. That's another one.
That's part of you being competitive, making sure everything goes.
I'm very competitive, which means I'm very hands-on, and I think that's one of my qualities, being hands-on, which means I know exactly what everybody's doing because I've done it in the past. It's also.
You don't view that as being controlling or anything like that.
You have to find a balance.
Got you. That's a good point.
When here's the thing. When I started, we started a show, for example. We started many shows, but one of them is very, our daily live show, which takes a lot of resources on a daily basis. So when we started the show like that, and most people I work with have never done that before.
Right.
They've never done that before. They've never had the
It's new to
opportunity
them.
to do that, to do that before. It takes a lot of a very strong workflow that everybody knows what they're doing because we are live.
Right.
So you can't make mistakes, and it costs you. If you make mistakes, you're going to lose viewers,
Right.
etc. So when we started something like that, you have to be controlled. You can't. When you start, it depends on the project.
Right,
really.
right.
So when you start something like that, you have to be hands-on. There's no way around it, because you know that maybe you can't delegate at that point. You know that maybe some people are not 100%.
Is it because you have to fear that something might fall?
Because I know it will.
Oh, okay.
Because you try to give more. You delegate to some people, but they fail you. But you can't fail. And when it comes to TV, you fail one day, you have to fix it the next day. So, and that's what happened. Like there is a member of the team who didn't perform well, and I had to replace him. That's like one of the things about managers. You have to take hard decisions like that for the good of the show. So you have to be hands-on, because especially in TV. You can't just be a TV executive producer and not know how to write, how to, line produce, or how to edit a package. You have to be able to know these things, to put yourself in the shoes of these people that you work with, so that you can assess
Right.
their progress, the way they, what are they missing to perform
Right.
better? You see what I mean? So there, all those things come together, and we could actually create a team that now is very cohesive,
Right.
that now knows what to do. So now I can go on vacation. I'm not going to be worried the whole thing is going to crumble.
Right.
I mean, not that I'm the most important part of it,
Right.
but it is as a manager, you have to be in it 100%.
Right.
I feel like what we're producing is kind of my baby. It's
That's
like,
what I was about to say.
And I'm very protective of it. And I try to instill this sense of property in everybody. It's like this love of what we do, this passion, especially in television. And it's easy to do in television. No, we're not talking about something boring.
Right.
It's very exciting.
Right.
And you need to remind them how exciting it is.
Yep.
Even if you do something really simple, like how you edit the images together, how you put some nat sound, how you thought about something
Right.
and you did it. And
It's a lot of
so
creative
well.
work.
Exactly.
Yeah. A lot of creative work. That's great. I'm glad you give us, you